again from Gardeners by Trade. How's everybody doing? Summer here in Melbourne. You can see our pumpkin in the background. If you want to ask us about our pumpkin, do it just down below and we'll get back to you and tell you how wonderful it is. We've got two. Watch our previous video on the battery AR 3000L and you'll find out a bit more. Okie dokie. So we've got the AR 3000L battery, and with that we use these little suckers. It's a HSA 94T set of hedge trimmers. Hedges. So it comes with a protective sheath which protects your blades. There be the blades. They're a bit dirty because we use them. We do spray them with WD-40. So let's run through the HSA 94T from top to bottom. This is where it gets plugged in, where your battery goes in. And they make it simple. They give you arrows to work with. Match the arrow to the arrow, plug it in. It's that simple. It's also that simple to take it out. I'll leave it unplugged for the minute. You've got your on-off switch. And then also you've got 1, 2, 3 lights here which run it, so you can run it from low to medium to high depending on what you're cutting. Some stuff's a bit softer, so you don't need to run it full battery, which is really good to save your battery throughout the day. You've got a 3-point trigger system, sort of, so you've got to hold that down, then that up, and down on the handle. This is what actually runs it. It's very comfortable to use. In here you'll notice this, you lift this up and it rotates your handles around, so if you're using it sideways it gives you a different, it's a better ergonomic setup, I suppose is the best way to put it. That goes both ways, so it goes, if you're that way, it goes all the way around, so we'll go effectively, it's 180 and it locks in. That's your motor. Runs at 94 decibels at its highest point, which is not too bad. It never sounds as loud as your petrol hedges. It's got a guard, obviously to protect stuff coming up, and if you slip by chance, which you'd be unlucky. The orange piece on top is to protect your teeth. That helps, goes all the way through. It's double-sided. Your bar comes in at 600mm in length. Most of your petrol ones come in around 750, and it has a toe protector, so you can use it, you can run it along a concrete edge. If you're doing plants or something that's on the ground, you can run along and it protects your hedges and your teeth. I've had to move due to sun, so I wanted everyone to be able to appreciate our pink flamingo water feature. It has water come from the top, trust me. It's very pretty. Back to the hedges. Plugged in at the back. And it's locked, so you can't have any accidents. You can't be running it when it's sitting in the box, and it can still be plugged in. You can see there's no lights. Right, so turn that on. Currently it's running at 3, so if you want to change that setting, you just push it up. There's 1, 2, 3, then goes back. So up is always going to adjust your thing or your speed. Okay, so as I said, so your hand sits on top here and you grip under and you hold that, and then this little bit on the like D part of the handle is where you engage your blade. As you can see, that goes at a fair rate, and that's on the lower setting. I'll put it on the second. Now I'll put it on the third setting. Between the 3 settings, it's literally just a speed, and it depends on the density of what you're hedging. Stuff might be wet too, makes a difference. We tend to run ours on a 3. Very rarely do we run it on a 1. I just want to give a quick rundown, and one of the down points I find with using something with a cord is I use this, because the weight's only about 1.9 to, I think it's actually 2.5 kilos, the weight of the hedges, so they're not heavy, but if you're using them even for half an hour, they get quite weighty. So I tend to swap them either side of my body, and as you can see, it can get across your body, so it's safe. You're not going to hit through the cord, but you feel a bit tangled up. So that's probably my biggest downfall of them. Apart from that, they're great. Any questions?
The tradies were clapping.
The tradies were clapping in the background. You couldn't hear that. Oh, best day ever.